Hi guys, this is part 2 of Project Dream Job recording, continuing with the Throne and the Empire, basically the research part, secondary sources, articles, documentaries, TED Talks, scholarly articles, social media posts that are the research for the Dream Job project. Just to wrap up, the trainings, maybe traditional or non-traditional, and also, so what do you do with all of this information? Just remember that everything you find are to be handled like artifacts. This is where you compile and you're writing your travel essay, and you have been writing an essay, traveling from one source to the another, as they talk about different aspects of the landscape and the different aspects of both the landscape and the person who is the holder or who sits in the seat of the dream job. So there's no difference in how you handle the information. Okay, let's move on. The fourth part is called the informational interview. And this is the part where you go out into the field and you collect primary information about your research project, which is your dream job. Profiling this dream job. Okay, so as we said before, the person that you interview does not have to have the exact dream job, does not necessarily have to be the holder of the dream job that you're interested in. That'd be great if you have 3 of those lined up. You only need 1 interview. The requirement for this assignment is just 1 interview, and the length of the interview is really needs to be no more than 8 to 10 minutes in terms of what you share. How long you go, if they're a source of information and they want to give you an hour and a half, absolutely, but just share with us the highlights, right? So this could be a person who has a dream job. This could be a person who manages a person who works in the dream job. Or this could be someone, again, who is in a related field, or who is tied to, for example, the extreme example is Oprah. Well, maybe we can't get Oprah in for an interview this semester. However, we can talk to a local host, talk show host. We can talk to someone who owns a media production or a communications company or a network. All of those things are possible. And so finally, just with the instructions, that you just be sure that you let them know that you plan to record them. Let them know that you will be using your camera phone as a part of a class project. Most people are very kind of flattered that you're indicating both an interest in their field, and more specifically that you are saying that what they do is your dream, right? So most people are flattered to support students in this assignment, in my experience. So this chart is just representative of some ideas so that you don't just get writer's block when you're putting your questions together. You craft it as you need to because you're the one who knows your field. Some of these things may be more appropriate than others for what you want to get after, but some of the standards it's a good practice to start with a thank you, thanking them for their time, and just reiterating what was in the email when you requested the interview in the first place. So I have some formats that I'm including in a link below. It tells you how you may want to word your emails when you make the request for the informational interview. So it's good to have them spell out their names and while you're recording, so that when you relay their names to your report, to your essay, you know that you're honoring the way that they spell their name. You want to go ahead and find out how many years get them to tell you how many years they've been in the profession. Sometimes the research may or may not be, like there may be a newspaper article that says they've been doing something for 10 years, and they may have done one position for 10 years, but they can reveal to you that they maybe have been working for 20. Right? So you want to ask them how long they've been in the profession. And then the rest of these are just types of questions and ways to get you thinking about, some possible approaches to how you want to put your interview together. Again, the requirement in terms of what you share with us is 8 to 10 minutes, but the rest of it is up to you, but just kind of pare it down. And again, here at the bottom is an example for a few questions that you might want to ask someone if your dream job were a travel nurse, right? An RN who travels around to different countries and work at 6-month stints at different hospitals. So this is the type of question, if that were some of the questions that you might want to ask someone in that position. So here is the sheet for that. Let's move on. And the 5th sheet is called Reflection and Conclusion. And predictably, the point of this is for you to look back over all of the various research artifacts, every article, and your notes on the articles, every documentary you watch, every TED Talk, when you looked over all the social media posts, the blog posts, the tweets, any campaigns, if that is relevant to your dream job. When you look back over all of that, this is you reflecting from the introduction where you revealed what you knew of the position and how you were tied to the position. And we're trying to capture in the reflection, where do you stand now? You don't have to pretend that, you're completely converted and a big shift happened if it didn't. If it just confirmed what you believed, then you talk about that, right? So here it is. You write one paragraph that's just the big finds and the big discoveries, and also shifts in your thinking or confirmation of what you believed before. And finally, questions that remain for you. If you have other questions that you couldn't cover in such a short and brief assignment, or questions that you think someone else should pursue based on what you uncovered, right? But you didn't have time to do because again, it's a really short assignment and it's not a book, right? So there may be many things that you uncover that you think the next researcher should dive into. So this is a paragraph, and this paragraph will serve as the conclusion for your project. Thank you, guys.